Hey guys, so the wait is almost or pretty much over. Blockchain Brawlers PvP mode is now live where you can actually go and start playing it right now. The only thing is not all the functionality is there yet. They still don't have where you use your own inventory and stuff, but it is live so you can go play with other players. It's a really good time to get started, especially if you don't have all the assets yet. But a cool thing that they just rolled out on the Discord is that now you can actually go buy your starter packs. So in order to get started with this game, you are going to need a few things. You're going to need cards 1 through 8. You're going to need 3 moves, an attack move, a finishing move, and a taunt move. And you will need a brawler, which now you can just go get in a starter pack and you can get it. What's really cool is you can buy it directly with Wax through the Brawl market, or you can actually get it on OpenSea too. So you can go buy it with Ethereum, which that's really cool. That opens things up. Blockchain interaction and cross chain. I mean, that's going to be so important growing a game. So that is so cool that now you can go and do that, as well as on Nifty blocks, and then you can go deposit those and start playing. You don't need those as of today. However, PvP just launched yesterday and new things are coming out every single day. So who knows, by the time you're watching this video, you might actually be able to go play with your actual inventory in the game, which is really cool, but you can go play the game. If you don't know how to get started yet, just go to the how to play guide, which is a Medium article that walks through everything. The nice thing is now when you get started and you start playing, you'll be able to play in an exhibition mode. You can kind of play against some of the bots that they have, just so that you can kind of test things out, and I'll show you guys that in a second. Like I said, you can always go get your starter packs directly here. It'll bring you directly to the mall, and you can get started. What is also cool is very soon you're going to be able to buy Brawl with a credit card, which again, for onboarding new users is huge. So really excited about that, and we'll kind of show you once you get into the game. This is where you guys are going to go. So here's where you're going to go, guys. Once you get started, you hit play the game. You can Brawl right now, but just by clicking on Brawl. Now, your inventory that you actually own is not going to show up here yet. This will probably be released, who knows, by the time you're watching this video. It could be here and you'll see all your assets and everything already. Right now, like I said, this is a good time that you can just go practice. You can just pick any one of these. It makes no difference. And then you can go and you can get brawling. So to Brawl, there's a couple options. I mean, if you have some people maybe in Discord that you want to brawl against, you can go and host a match where you can share that code and then you can invite people to come and play against you. If you're not too sure yet, nice thing is it doesn't cost you any Brawl or anything. At the time of this recording, you can just go play and practice. So you can play against just the bots that they have. It's a good starting point because the bots aren't very smart. It's pretty easy to beat them, but you don't have to be scared about losing Brawl or making mistakes. This is the time to go do it. So that's a great place to go start. But then once you are ready, you can actually go play with real players. Now, the only thing is right now, because not everything's launched, sometimes it takes a while to find a player. Sometimes you might have to refresh a couple times. I've been noticing as I've started playing, it's getting better and better. More people are coming online to start playing. Once it's actually for Brawl and Gold and all that kind of stuff, I don't think it's going to be a problem with a game of this caliber finding people. But right now, there's a little bit of wait time. So I'm just going to pause until we get somebody, and then we will start going into some Brawls. All right, guys, it looks like we got a Brawl going. Hopefully the sound and everything is okay. And yeah, again, sometimes it just takes a while here as things are getting kicked off. They're working out the bugs every day, so that's a good thing. All right, here we are in our first Brawl here. So as you guys may or may not know, I mean, the first step is you always have to pick a setup card. This is a great starting hand. Your setup card should be lower than your second card. The reason being because if it's not, then it's almost like you're bluffing. If your setup card is higher than your slam card, then it's basically you're basically bluffing, and there's certain consequences to that. So when I have a good hand like that, there's no point to have to bluff or anything. I'm probably going to beat him. This stuff will show up that you do have to select your taunts and all that kind of stuff. I mean, in this case, he has to have an 8 to beat me. I don't know. I think he's probably bluffing, so I'm going to kind of go in full steam here, assuming I got the better hand. Your goal is to get the higher of the 2 cards, the highest. So if he has an 8, he's going to beat me. He deserves it. But it's kind of like having pocket aces in poker, right? But if he's lying, then I'm going to beat him. So that's what is called flexing. So when somebody else is flexing, as long as you call them, you're always going to win. So that's why it's a risky move, but there is, benefit to doing that. So in this case, I got a 4, an 8, and a 3. I'm going to play my 3 first. The reason being is because what my 3 is going to do is if I win, it's going to increase my power score. And this is how you inflict damage. It's going to be this times whatever I bet. This times whatever I bet is the amount of damage I'm gonna inflict. So we're gonna start with 3. We just got to pick our taunt move. He really can't beat me. The best he can do is tie. So obviously I'm gonna bet high. I'm gonna confirm, and they're not folding. So we're either gonna tie, and if we do tie, I'll show you what happens. But I have a feeling I beat him. Yeah, so I won. So you can see here I had 2 damage. Times my bet is 3, so I just inflicted 6 damage. But now you're going to watch this go up by 3 because I got 1 for the win, and I got 2 extras because I played a 3. If you play a 1 and a 3, that's what's going to happen. So now I'm in a pretty good position. I've done some pretty good damage. I can probably fold a little bit if I need to. Folding, what that does is that's going to give you extra cards in your hand, which you'll see. If I have to, we'll see what comes up here. We have the same. I'm assuming they're probably going to have a higher hand than me. So you know what? I'm going to fold just to show you guys what happens. So now the most damage I can get is 1. Because if you fold, you're only going to get damage based on what their power meter is. So I folded here. We'll see what happens. Yeah, they had a pretty good hand. I'm glad I folded. Now next hand you're going to see I'm going to have 4 cards instead of 3. So that's the advantage of folding, is that you can get more cards to choose from, which means you're more likely to have a better hand. Yeah, so nothing great here. We'll see what happens. Again, I can probably still afford to fold a little bit if I need to, just to build up my deck. Taking his time to pick here, so we'll see what happens. Yeah, usually if you play your card first, that's when you have to go pick your taunt move. You can always watch these guys here. That'll all change too. You know what? I'm going to fold again. They might be trying to flex, trying to bluff me, but I'm okay with folding because I'm only going to take 2 damage by folding. And chances are, just based on how they've been playing so far, they probably do have a better hand than I do. This is not that great of a hand. Yeah. Again, good fold, 2 damage, no big deal. Now I'm going to have 5 cards to choose from this next time, so that's going to be a huge benefit. All right, come on, cards. Yeah, so this is a better hand. I don't need to bluff him. That's a decent hand, and the nice thing too is now when I go and still damage, it's going to be this times whatever I wager. But the thing is, if you fold a bunch, all of a sudden their power meter starts going up too. So there's a point where you got to kind of decide, is it still worth folding, or do I got to make a move? I think I got one more hand here where I can kind of afford to do that. So we'll see how this goes. Obviously, I picked my card first. The only way he can beat me is if he has an 8. So I'm going to say those are pretty low odds. Very well might, but I think it's worth the gamble here. And if I do, I'm going to still 15 damage, which pretty much almost ends this match. Not completely. So I'm hoping for a 7 or lower. See, they folded. They probably were flexing. So now I'm going to still instill 5 damage because that's my power meter. So it's still worth calling them on that. So now they're getting low. I'm going to move up to 6 here, which means, again, I can pretty much end this with one good hand, which is why I can kind of afford to maybe sit back a little bit and not have to play that aggressively. You know what? This is not bad. We'll do it. We'll see what they have. Play our 5 and our 7. That's a 12. because you want to have a combination of the best two hands. The highest hand you can have is 16. And I've noticed that they've been trying to flex, but they tend to bow out because they just don't have the cards. It'd be interesting to see what. Yeah, I mean, the most if they have an 8, that'll give them 11. I can pretty much beat them here, so I'm going to definitely go, and this will end the match if they don't fold. Even if they do, I'm still in 6 damage, so that's going to hurt them. The smart play for them would probably be to fold, and they did fold, so I'm going to instill 6 more damage. So there's not much left in their tank. Doesn't mean it's over yet. There's a lot of things that can happen, but now I'm going to bump up to a 7. And they still haven't inflicted that much damage, so I got a lot of time to wait if I have to, but not too long because they still have 3. Those folding moves were probably pretty smart on their part. Yeah, see, this is a crap hand. I could try and flex, but I think I can easily fold here one more time if I need to. The only thing is, if they come out with a really high hand, they could be trying to flex me out. So let's see what this first card is. Yeah, that's pretty low. So again, if they have an 8, they could beat me. I don't think they have that. I mean, those are low odds that they have an 8 is the only card that can beat me. So I'm gonna, if they do, that's going to really help their power meter, and I could be in trouble. So I could easily fold it there, but I just don't think they have it. A 7 damage, they only got 5. The smart thing is they would have probably been smart to go anyway, because either way they were going to lose, so they should have called on that. They didn't. Now they're going to be done because my power meter is at 7. They're -2, so that's game over. So that was a good one. There's a lot of good folds in there. There was a lot of good things that happened. Again, really fun game. It's not that complicated, but there's some strategy. You've got to kind of learn from your opponent and that kind of stuff. So, so glad this is out. I can't wait to start actually playing for actual Brawl. I hope you guys enjoy. Check in. We'll do some more live streams and that kind of stuff. But this is a really good start. I'm so glad they launched the PvP mode. They almost didn't because of all the crap that's going on in the market and stuff right now. And there's still some bugs and glitches before they go and really promote it, but I'm glad they at least are giving us a chance to start playing, earning some XP points. It might all be washed out, but it's a good time to practice. If you're not in it yet, get in it. It's going to be worth it. This is a fun game. It's ran by Wax Studios, or now Tyranno Studios, so it ain't going anywhere anytime soon. I mean, unless this game is a bust, but it's a really fun game. They have a really fun, really good developer. If you didn't get a chance yet, go to after they launched yesterday, which was the 8th, they did a town hall meeting. They talked a little bit more about it. Richard Garfield's the developer. You know, I've never been a huge gaming guy. I know he's built some incredible games. Also, go and subscribe to Crypto Stash channel. He usually does, you know, a couple times a month. He does like Wax updates and interviews a lot of the guys because he has a lot of subscribers, and they talk a lot about how Wax is so undervalued right now. The cool thing with all the crap that's going on in the market, is this thing is, yes, the Wax token is down just like everything, but the gaming tokens, the actual gaming tokens have not even been touched, because when shit gets ugly, I'm not going to stop playing. I'm probably going to play more just to distract me, and that's why I think play to earn gaming. I honestly think this crap that's going on right now could be the catalyst to really skyrocket it. And I mean, crypto in general needs some work, but I'm super excited about gaming. I'm super excited about this game. So hope you guys hop in. Let me know if you have any questions, comments. If I can help you in any way, I'd be happy to do so.